Welcome back to the channel, everybody, and back by popular demand, it's Tactical Munchkin. She's got her tack vest on, her green beret. She's ready to roll. All right, so in today's video, we're gonna hand pour Munchkin off. She's not real excited about this. Today, we are gonna talk about my favorite weapons that we used in combat. Okay, so I'm gonna switch out of this outfit real quick so it's not ridiculous, and then we'll jump into the video. All right, so back to the video. But before we go any further, if you guys like Munchkin has her own tactical Instagram page now, okay? So I'm gonna leave it in the description of the pinned comment. You can go follow for more Munchkin, all right? We'll leave the kit on just because it's a combat-esque video today, all right, for fun. So, again, today we're talking about my favorite weapon systems that we use on a Special Forces ODA, okay? There's a bunch of different ones, right? We're gonna talk about what I carried and then what a bunch of other guys used, and should be a fun video, all right? So, starting off, I'm gonna just start with the two main weapon systems I carried most of the time as an element leader, right? So when I'm sort of the one in charge of facilitating everything going on the objective, all right? So pretty standard for most guys on the teams, all right? Our main primary weapon system is gonna be a SOCOM M4, okay? There's a bunch of different variants of it. But when I was in, what we carried was a SOCOM M4, Daniel Defense Lower, Geisley railing systems. The optics is sort of up to each individual what they like. I actually built a gun that's almost the exact same gun that I used when I was in combat. So this will be the easiest way to demonstrate it, all right? So it's obviously AR-15 variant, but only difference is I have an Aero Precision Lower, not a Daniel Defense, but the Geisley upper railing system, Geisley barrel, same optics I used, EOTech, and an EOTech magnifier, Magpul buttstock, Magpul sling, almost the exact same gun that I carried most of my time in combat, okay? For a secondary, and so for you guys so you know, when we go out on targets, every guy typically wants to have at least two weapon systems. You might think that we always carry a carbine or a pistol, but it's not necessarily how it works, okay? Now, with this weapon system as an element leader, what I would typically carry is a sidearm, typical handgun for a secondary in case my main gun goes down, right? What did we carry on the Special Forces teams? When I was in, okay, it's changed since, I think, but your standard, got it right here, Glock 19 Gen 5. Duty gun, no alterations, nothing fancy, one of the most reliable guns, and if it's a stock variant of any handgun out there, right? And the point is, if I'm actually gonna use a pistol in combat, I'm in a terrible situation. I'm in a close range CQB, my rifle's gone down to actually have to switch to my pistol. I just want something that I can shoot from 3 to 5 meters that I know is not gonna jam to save my life, okay? So, moving on to some different types of guns that guys might use, okay? Next is the, instead of a M4 platform, what a lot of guys like to use is a SCAR 17 rifle, okay? A SCAR shoots a 7.62 round, not a 5.56 like an M4. It's got obviously a more powerful round, more stopping power, can shoot effectively a couple hundred yards further. Overall, a very solid gun. I personally am not a fan of the SCAR. I just don't like the way it shoots. It's also heavy, right? To carry the SCAR, it's heavier. You got to carry 7.62 rounds. Just makes your kit heavier, which I was never a fan of, but it is what it is. But do have quite a few guys and teammates who explicitly carried a SCAR on pretty much every objective, right? So that's the next one. Next one, we'll get into some different sidearm-esque type of things that we use to support combat, right? One of the most common sidearms that I would carry on the objective is a M320 grenade launcher, also referred to as a Thumper, right? This thing basically shoots one grenade at a time. Can shoot a bunch of different types of grenades. HE, which is high explosive rounds. You can even get CX gas canister rounds. Bunch of cool stuff. So you can do this. You just pop in, whoop, turn it, whoop, send those rounds, and typically carry a belt full of rounds around you. Super good, cool weapon system that can provide some grenade launcher support without having to carry what we're going to talk about next, which is the heavy duty variant of this, which is the M32 grenade launcher, which is a 6 canister grenade launcher. This thing is awesome. However, it's very, very heavy, okay? And it's cumbersome to carry. We typically would only carry this with us when we were doing like vehicle-based operations, right? Where you can just stick this on the truck and you don't have to actually carry this thing for 10, 12 hours on a mission like you would have to if you were doing a helicopter infill, right? Because on a helicopter infill, you have to man carry everything that you get dropped off with, okay? So typically the M320, the Thumper, much better for that type of thing, okay? So moving on to another explosive type of thing, which is gonna be, excuse me, the Carl Gustav, which is basically a rocket launcher, our version of the RPG. This thing is absolutely miserable to shoot, okay? You can only shoot a certain number of these in like a day period or 2-day period, or it's gonna start scrambling your brain from the explosive power of it. Pictures of me shooting it. You know, but it's our version of RPG, okay? Carried this a few times on objectives, and a quick story, the last time I ever carried this stupid thing, shouldn't call it stupid, but carried it for 10 hours on a mission to be able to knock down a defensive fighting position we knew the Taliban had, to try to figure out we're gonna go in through a side wall and breach with the Carl Gustav. All right, we finally get to the wall. I run out into the open. My buddy loads my round. We're maybe 50 meters away, way too close. Fire off an anti-structural round, because again, the Carl Gustav can shoot a bunch of different rounds, HE, anti-structural, anti-tank, right? So this round's designed to penetrate through walls, and I shoot at this giant mud wall. Boom! Right? It's nighttime, under night vision. Massive dust cloud kicks off. We can't see anything. And when finally the dust settles, I see the wall, and it looks like basically all I did was knock the dust off. The wall is completely intact, no hole in the wall. Yeah, so I never carried the Carl Gustav again after that. But it can be a, you know, helpful tool. It's just the worst thing ever to carry. So on helo ops, this thing sucks because you got to carry it on your shoulders. The entire objective plus the rounds are super heavy too. Okay, so not my probably one of my most least favorite to shoot, to carry operationally. I do not like the Carl Gustav. All right, next gun which I really like, okay, and this is going to be we're moving into our long range guns, okay, sniper rifle S-type guns, and that's going to be the M2010 SOCOM sniper rifle. This gun, I love this gun, okay. It shoots 300 Win Mag, bolt action, all right, for you precision rifle nerds. It shoots out to 1200 meters at 1 minute of angle. It's basically a laser beam, okay? I've hit targets at up to 1400 meters with this. Obviously that's half as far as some of the best people out there, right? But still pretty impressive shots, okay? And it doesn't take a whole lot to shoot that well with this gun, okay? Awesome gun. Don't really, excuse me, don't really need to say a whole lot more about it. Probably my favorite sniper rifle we have on the teams, okay? Even bigger than that, moving forward in the long guns, is our, as everybody kind of knows in the movies, the Beret 50 cal. This is the big boy. It shoots around about this big. You can reach out the farthest with it. Problem with the Beret is it is massive, okay? Super heavy. We never carried this on helo ops, because again, at nighttime, this thing's not going to do you a lot of good. But for base defense, you know, being able to reach out, you know, Jesus, 2,000 meters, some guys can hit targets with it. That's what, and vehicle ops also, where you can carry it in a truck. That's where this thing's going to be beneficial. All right, so Next, and this is going to be my absolute favorite gun in the SOCOM arsenal, and that is the Mark 48 machine gun. Okay, I carried this gun all the time in combat. First big gunfight I got to was with this machine gun. It's basically the SOCOM variant of a saw. For everybody kind of knows what a saw is, but it shoots a 7.62 round instead of a 5.56 round, and it's a man carry machine gun, which means one person carries this thing. It's got a big drum that slides in for the ammo. You don't need an assistant gunner. You don't need somebody carrying the ammo. You just slide your drum off, slide another drum in, you're good to go, okay? This gun is the nastiest one-man gun on the battlefield by far. Again, super awesome gun. 7.62 caliber machine gun that one person can carry. Very, very nice. All right, so that's pretty much gonna do it for most of the guns. All right, for just a little a bonus, some of the more fun things that we use. Okay, handheld grenades. Okay, grenades are fun, but the coolest grenade that we carry is what's called a thermobaric grenade. Okay, what this does, what we use it for basically, is to collapse tunnel systems and a bunch of stuff like that. So we come across tunnel systems all the time in Afghanistan. Throw this thing in under the ground, it goes off, and it'll just pretty much collapse an entire tunnel. Super cool to use. Super bunkers as well. Throw them into bunkers, collapses bunkers. First time we used this near me, or I saw it used in combat, my buddy threw it into a bunker system. He took off running, and I looked at him and wondered why he was running. By the time I turned to run, it went off, and the explosives of it actually split my front lip all the way in half because of the explosive blast that came out. Okay, I ended up being fine, but rocked me pretty good. I learned pretty quick. Once you throw that thing in the hole, you got to run, right? So, if you got any other questions about potential stuff we use, now again, this is Army Special Forces. Each branch can use different type of stuff, and it's always updating. But while I was in, these were the weapon systems that we primarily used actually in real combat. So, hope you guys found that interesting. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and catch you guys in the next one. Have a good day.